Okay, right, so we're back again now. This is UK Foamsmith and Cosplay. So we are just we just a completed video on sorting out. Oh, that's going to make me feel seasick. I was wobbling around all over the place. Right, so we've done the Alclad black chrome over on foam, over on a gloss black. Whoops. So I'm going to continue. So now I'm going to move on to the chrome and do the chrome. So the base was Painter's Touch gloss black, which I picked up this afternoon. Blasted it over with that over a standard acrylic primer. Other than that, there was no other prep that went. I will tell light. No, I did do full dip. I did a coat of full dip first. Then I did the primer. Then I did the gloss black. So now, as you can see, we are we have a dry Alclad 2 black chrome. So now I'm going to do chrome and see if you can see more of a distinctive finish. As you can see already, the reflection on this is far better than any of the rattle can spray that I've done up until now. So and obviously it's a lot more user friendly being at home in my shed and not having to blast cans of spray around and then waiting for hours for it to dry. So the drying time on this was approximately 2 minutes. So what can I say? Really, really good. So this is the chrome. So that was the black chrome, which I see actually lets a lot of the black come through. But the idea is you are letting the black do the work, and you're just lightly coating it. So here we go. I'll just put in some chrome. So let's see what this does. Right. So as before, I've got this on a Lazy Susan, covered in foil. And just lightly, as you can see, I'm quite far away from the build itself. So I'm getting quite a wide spray on it to get a very, very light coat. I don't want to get any kind of heavy, distinctive runs to it because I've over-directed it. So keeping quite far back. Just evenly moving it up. Again, PSI is on about 16, because you don't want to blast it too heavily. So just keeping it moving. Okay, so that's the first lot out. Just lazy. So I'm just going to add a bit more again now. You can see already it's really started to chrome up, but I still want a better finish than that. So I got the Alclad 2 on Amazon, and I bought the 3 colours, the stainless steel, the chrome and the black chrome. And this is the first time I've used them. Never used them before, but seen a few videos on it, and you know, such a great finish, which is so hard to achieve on foam. A lot easier to achieve on something like a 3D print or a resin build, because the surface content is different. and I've always struggled to get that kind of metallic finish on foam. Gloss, not a problem. If I can do a gloss colour, then that's absolutely fine. I'm really happy with them, and you get a really good reflection on it. So just keeping it going, keeping it spinning, keeping it moving. You can see that layer is just building up, building up. Okay, and that's me out for the second lot. So, result, dry to the touch. It's almost drying as you're working, and that is what you end up with. It's not mirror, but it's pretty damn good. Nice and easy to do. You can do it inside. Very little overspray. And all in all, that works for me. Well, see, it was a test build, but there. Like I say, another 5 minutes and it'll be completely dry. In terms of top coats for this, now they do provide a top coat. Now, any top coat that you put over this Alclad 2 will dull it off. You know, it doesn't matter what you use, it will all add a dulling sheen to it, and you'll end up with like a brushed aluminium feel. Quite dull, not as reflective as it currently is. So what do you use? Well, I believe that they do a top coat applied in the same way, called Aqua something or other. I'm going to have to do a bit more research on that, but from my understanding it will create that dull sort of feel. But then if you use something called 2K clear top coat, which again I found on Amazon, it's not that expensive, it's about £12, but you won't really need a lot. Apparently once you put that over the initial Aqua feed, the Aqua top coat, which acts as a barrier between the pigment of the chrome, you'll regain that shine, maybe even gain a little bit more. I'm going to have a look at that. I'm going to order one in, and I'm going to do another short video like this, just to really sort of work it out, and just to determine whether or not it's the right thing or not before I do my own Mandalorian helmet. Also, I've got I've done previous videos on my resin cast Mark II Iron Man, which I used a high chrome spray on and ended up with that very dull sort of almost satin sort of silver rather than the shiny reflective chrome, which is what I'm looking for, something more like this. So I'm actually going to respray that with this Alclad 2 to get more of a finish like this, which I think will be much more befitting an Ironman Mark II. So that's what I'm going to do on that one, and then we'll see what the 2K does, and then based upon that I may end up re-top coating some of my previous builds as well, just to really bring out the shine. Anyway, I hope that's been useful. It's all been very real time. So it's dry now completely. Gives you a good idea of what you can achieve. Like I say, this isn't PLA, this isn't, you can see it's a plain old floor mat build. And like I say, I didn't even use PVA to coat it. Just to recap, I just used full dip from Tigis supplies, which is half the cost of Plasti Dip, but does essentially the same job. And then I did a acrylic primer, which I just got from the tool station, which again is about £6 a tin. And it's 400ml, I think, so it's quite a big tin, or even 500ml. So that's always worth a good go. And then I used a gloss black, which as I showed you at the beginning was the Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch standard from B&Q. There are cheaper alternatives to that. You can get all sorts of, got Plasticoat, you've also got Can Brush, both which are available online. So if you've got the time, you don't need it immediately, that's obviously the better way to go, because that'd be more like $7.50 a tin. So yeah, so that's what I used, and like I say, I used the black chrome to begin with, just to sort of see what colour it was, and that was a much sort of darker version of this, but still very reflective. And then this is the chrome. Alclad 2, for me, is a win. I hope this has been helpful to you. I hope it's useful. If it is, like, comment, add anything that you want to. Crafty Sean, if you're watching this, I hope that answers a question of why you should or shouldn't use your airbrush, and get over the fear that we all have in using an airbrush, and just crack on, because this would sort your sword blade out. Alright, thanks guys.